Alright guys, this time I'm gonna show you how to play one gate expand in PvP. It's a very strong build if you know the right responses. So I'm gonna explain to you exactly how to do it. So we're just gonna open with a pylon close to the mineral line. So this build is also good because you're less vulnerable to cannon rush since you don't wall straight away. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how to wall later on. So we just open with one gate. I always send the probe to the natural to see if he's going for a cannon rush. So if you see an early probe, you can assume that's probably it. You could also come with an early probe to steal your gas. So make sure that you take your gas if you see a probe moving towards it. Then we just take our single gas. And we just get a cyber core. Yeah, here, see, I take the gas. Usually I don't take it. But since he's scouting with a probe very early, I kinda get scared of a gas steal. So I really have to take my gas. You don't wanna get gas stolen in PvP. Anyway, I get my cyber core at 20, I get my gas, and now I go for the expansion. Now the next step after the expansion is gonna be the pylon. The second pylon position is very important. It needs to be exactly like this. So if it's in another map where you know you don't have space at the bottom on this side, make sure that's in the right side, you know. Because if you make the pylon, like for example here, you're probably not gonna have space in the low ground. So you want to have space for the battery in the low ground. It's very important. And with this pylon, you're also gonna wall for the adepts. So after the pylon, I go scout and see what's going on. It's very important to scout with this build, guys. It's basically all you have to do. You have to scout. So it's really important to see the first two units that come out of his gateway. So I make the pylon and I cancel it as soon as I see his units. So I'm just gonna show you my vision right here. Obviously, with the gateway, you need to make 2 stalkers and chrono boost. You can't go for adept out of 1 gateway. It's just too vulnerable. So make sure you just go stalker. So now I see 2 stalkers, right? With my pylon, I cancel it. So what happens when I see stalkers? When I see stalkers, I go for a fast robo. Because stalkers can mean very fast aggression. Could mean like a proxy gateway, could mean a proxy robo, which is exactly what's going on right now. So we want to make sure that we can defend the stalker and the follow-up. So I go for a very quick robo in the wall, because adepts could still come later on. So you want to make sure that you still wall. And then I go for a battery straight away, because if he comes with fast 4 stalkers, it can get very hard to defend, so you need your battery straight away. So now I keep scouting with my stalker to see if he's gonna go for a proxy. I also scout with my probe. Now that's also a very weird positioning, by the way, for his proxy, because if I just took the tower I would have seen it. But anyway, you need to scout a lot with this build. So as you can see, I'm scouting everywhere. And it's also very important that you see the nexus timing. So I'm also late at this moment, because this probe should have gone to his nexus much faster than this. And see what's going on. Anyway, I chrono boost my research as well to make sure I'm safer. And since I don't really know what's going on yet, because I didn't go scout the nexus straight away, I start an immortal to make sure I'm safe. So right now I'm going with my probe. And now I see no base, right? I see no base. Now, what I do now, what you do when you see no base, you completely cut probe production and you get 2 gateways straight away. And you make more immortals. So with 3 gateways and immortal production, you're gonna be safe. Most of the time, guys, you're gonna be safe. Unless your opponent is very good at doing this build, you're gonna be fine. I managed to defend basically all the time versus proxy robo. It's just a matter of scouting. Now, what can happen is when it takes a little while to attack, you can kind of guess something is going on. So I send the stalkers in my main base because I expect him to drop. I didn't see anything right now. I just expected him to do it, just because it's taking a long time. So I get ready in position, and that's what it's doing. And in the low ground, you're safe with your battery and immortals. especially with the super battery, right? So once I see it's committed, I can come back with my stalkers eventually. On the second push, if the war prism is still here. Now I pull my probes because I feel like I'm losing my immortals, so it might be a bit scary. And it doesn't really matter if you pull your probes, guys, because it's still on one base and you have more probes than him. And keep in mind that my defense is also pretty late because I didn't scout the Nexus until later on. Because if you scout the Nexus earlier, you just cut probes much sooner and you get faster gateway and faster immortal, and you're gonna defend even better than this. But anyway, very easy defense. Now he has nothing and he just loses. So this is how you defend the proxy robo, and this is how you respond to the double stalker opening. Now, if my opponent was going to open double adept, what are you gonna do? If you see double adept opening, instead of this robo, you take a second gateway. The reason being that you need units to defend the adepts, and also because your opponent could be going for oracles after the adepts. So what I do versus adepts, I take a second gateway, and I make more stalkers out of my gateways, so to defend the mineral lines. I don't really take the battery on my natural straight away, because you don't need the battery versus adepts. So I make one battery in the mineral line in case of oracles. And I just defend with constant warping of stalkers. You don't need to rush your tech while versus adepts, so you can just keep warping in stalkers. And eventually I get blink. I just keep the robo and go into blink. And that's how I do it. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know how it goes in the ladder. And if you're not defending versus a proxy robo, you can just go macro, simple as that. If he doesn't do any kind of aggression, he takes his Nexus, you can just go on with your macro Twilight Forge, and you're gonna be ahead in probes most of the time. Don't forget to chrono boost your probes, guys. It's very important. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the build. If you wanna try it, let me know. You can share your replays on my Discord, and I'm gonna tell you why you lost or whatever. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.